walls will creak. Your outcome's looking pretty bleak. Thunder booms and lightning crashes, leaving boots filled with ashes. As we lay you down to rest, we read the pages of the Dead Man's Digest.
Welcome to another Dead Man's Digest. I'm your hostess Tracy, and this digest is brought to you by the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast and MiceChat.com. We are sponsored by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. With me as usual, we have Darren.
Hello.
We have Hunter. And we have, what's his name again? Oh, that's right, Lee.
Sup, yo? I told you that was what it was going to be all the time from now on.
That's what
and
it is.
Guest spot by Vanilla Ice, everybody.
All right, stop. Carry on.
Yeah, please stop.
I was hoping you do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, actually.
What?
Anyway, so on the last Dead Man's Digest, we discussed all the houses as well as the Bill and Ted show. But due to the weather, Darren and Nina didn't get to...
Yes, due to the Florida weather.
Yes, they didn't get to stay as long as they wanted. So they felt they couldn't give us a full review of the Scarezones. Unfortunately, Nina won't be joining us tonight, so it's just Darren, and we'll cover all of the Scarezones. So, the first Scarezone Darren is going to be telling us about is Masquerade Unstitched. Darren?
Yes. So Masquerade Unstitched, the premise behind it is there's a masquerade ball that these people have been in for centuries, and their faces are falling off, and they're stitching their faces back on, making it a masquerade. So you had some with like traditional like masquerade kind of masks, and then but even those, if you look closely, there's blood around all the edges of that, like dripping down, like they're just covering an empty blank spot on their face with it. And then there were some that actually like had stitch marks like around where a mask would be on your face, which was really cool and very effective. This was the first Scarezone you'd hit if you just walk down like right from the opening gate straight down the center.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where they had this going. They have two huge centerpieces there. They're candlesticks that are, the wax is like made out of people's faces.
That was awesome.
They are
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. When they're done with those, I want them shipping over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what we weren't able to see at the opening night was they had stilt walkers out there. A lot of the masquerade people were, up on stilts, and they move very quick actually on the stilts. They do a great job of it.
Right.
So they were able to still jump around and scare people pretty easily. All in all, it's a pretty effective scare zone, but it was the least like detailed scare zone, if I could say that. It was just like people walking around the center area.
Right.
I think it's quite difficult to theme that area of the park anyway, to be honest.
Exactly. You've
Yeah.
got Despicable Me on one side and Shrek on the other side, and they're huge signs and posters on either side.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I have to say,
But-
from the bits of video I did see of that, it looked really good. I would have ended up standing and watching that for quite a while.
Yeah, I think
costumes were amazing.
I think that's what it
They
is.
are
Isn't it? It's
amazing.
one of those where the details are better than as an actual scare zone. It isn't one that strikes me as being particularly
It's more of a creep zone.
just an
Exactly.
atmospheric. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also a photo op too, because when you first go into the park at 6:30, it's still light out, so that's like your best time to get pictures if you want to get pictures with scare actors or anything like that. And the stilt walkers were obliging everyone with those kind of things, while the people on foot were more running around and scaring people. So.
Really, I've heard quite a few reports of the stilt walkers not obliging very much. We have a review at the end of this show from a friend of ours, and he said they were like, he went to take his camera out and they were turning away, and I've heard that a few times.
Right.
Well, I mean, they will, but if you ask specifically for it, they'll do it.
Okay.
It's just like if you just try to bring out your camera, they keep doing what they're doing. But yeah, if you were asking for a picture or something like that,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright.
I saw several people doing it, especially earlier on in the night when
Yeah.
when it was still really light out and wasn't too spooky yet.
Well, how different is that scare zone like compared to to when the sun's down, Darren? Does it make much of a difference to it?
It does, just like for the atmospheric lighting and that kind of thing in the area. And then the posters not being so prominent at night.
Yeah.
It really helped out the area a bit. And a lot of them are carrying not real candles, but like LED candles.
Okay.
And that kind of thing to illuminate their faces when you go through.
They use a lot of dry ice in there like they do everywhere else, or not so much?
Well, yeah, it's not really dry ice anymore. It's just fog machines. But
Okay.
yeah, they had those blasting in like crazy everywhere.
Cool.
Brilliant. Right. Next, can you tell us about Face Off in the Flesh?
Yes. This is actually one giant photo op is what it is. It's what they did was they put stages out, like if you remember the Seven Deadly Sins from a couple years back. It was in the same area, actually, the Hollywood area.
Yeah.
I think it was either 4 or 5 stages where they featured makeup from the show Face Off on Sci-Fi. Which is a makeup contest, basically. They get a couple of days to make an idea based around a concept and bring it to life through making plaster cast and going all the way through and making the ultimate makeup there. So the featured actors were up on the stages, and they were definitely posing for photos. I mean, that's mainly what they were there for.
Yeah.
But while you're looking at them, they all had minions that were themed appropriately to that makeup, to that costume, and they were the ones that would run around and scare you. So they had each creature is very unique there because they came up with these bizarre concepts. But you had like a minotaur with 10 eyes and a barnacle covered pirate and a lot of other ones, like based around the themes from the show.
Did you find it was particularly scary, or again just more of an atmospheric one?
It was kind of atmospheric, but at the same time, they were very effective in drawing your eye, the misdirection there, drawing your eye to the big character on the stage, and then you having no idea someone was literally standing behind you, breathing on your neck. Yeah, until it's too late. So, when I was in that area taking pictures, they got me quite a few times.
Cool.
And I don't get got very often.
Excellent.
So yeah, I really liked it, and the makeup quality on the actors on stage is amazing. Like it looked like they had the Face Off artists come in and do their own makeup again. So very cool.
Awesome.
It did look good. Our penultimate scare zone is Bayou of Blood.
Yes, this has been getting a lot of press, a lot of information coming out about that due to the sacrifice being canceled in the area. But other than that, what they've done is they've hung jar lights, so lights inside jars all throughout the area, and turned them all on. There's literally hundreds of these small, tiny candle lights. And then mixed with their typical standard, like green, blue, red lights, and they completely covered the area in fog. We were actually on the other side of the park looking over at it, and you could just see the fog flying up, into the sky from there.
Wow!
So it looked like there was a fire going on. Actually,
cool.
So it just
Slightly
so completely
dangerous,
full.
yeah.
Yeah. It looked, so that was really effective with the the green and purple and blue laser light kind of thing that they did. They also had floor projections of really cool skulls and that sort of thing. The scare actors in the area, it's a very dark area of the park. It's the Central Park area.
Yeah.
Traditionally very dark, and with all the fog, it was very easy for them to creep up on you. And once again, when I was trying to take pictures, they did get me a few times. But I want to talk a little bit more about these stilt walkers that have been added to replace the sacrifice. So over by the Mel's Die-In area, I should say. There's these stilt walkers on giant stilts. We're talking the Masquerade, they were on probably 3 or 4 foot stilts. These ones looked like they were on about 5-6 foot stilts.
Wow.
Giant, yes. So they didn't move around quite as easily as the other ones, but they didn't have to because they would do freezing in place kind of thing. So they looked like decoration. and you go up there and try to take pictures and that kind of thing. And literally, like, as soon as I brought my camera up and before I could look into the lens, he was already in my face.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So they're very good. They move very elegantly too. So they're very eerie and that they brought that kind of atmosphere into the area.
Cool.
And you've got normal scare actors running around in between them and more into the scare zone itself. Also in this area, there was a lot of decorations of like baby dolls that are like all painted up voodoo style, which is really cool and creepy. And they have like cases of like oddities and that kind of thing on either side as you walk down the area. And they've also got a makeshift like a very small like grave with the casket sticking out of it. And then a statue, like a monument, there as well that's like bleeding out of its eyes, that kind of thing. So
Okay.
so very
Wow.
cool, very very well themed scare zone, and yeah, definitely creepy.
So even though they've jacked in the sacrifice, Darren, is the voodoo priestess still out and about or not?
I wouldn't be able to tell. They're like all the female scare actors in that area kind of looked like voodoo priestesses.
Okay.
So,
Because she was
She
excellent.
was awesome.
yeah. So I'm sure they're still utilizing that because that's that's an area I haven't seen the actual sacrifice itself yet. I know it's terrible, but
I don't think you're
haven't
going
watched
to
it.
either.
Well, yeah, I could watch the video,
Don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
which is how anybody is going to be able to see it, I think.
Because it
Yeah.
seems like, from what I can gather, it was literally stopped after 1 or 2 nights. It wasn't on long at all.
Yeah, which led to that speculation that people were offended and that kind of thing. So
Yeah. Having seen it, it did look really, really good. And something that I would want to see if it was on.
But it's Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, but
True.
that's not the reason. The reason
Not-
isn't
Mickey's not
because
so
of that,
scary.
is it?
And, well, that's the official line. If it is down to people being offended, these people shouldn't be coming to something that is an extreme event.
Well, yeah.
So,
If you're a prude, you're in the wrong place.
absolutely.
yeah.
Go to Mickey's Not So Scary, like me.
Next year, Hunter, next year. No,
Jade needs someone to take with her.
No, that was actually a hand. Walking Dead next year, too.
all right.
Any more to say on Bio Blood, Darren?
Nope. That's about it on that one.
Right.
It was a really good, very effective area.
Awesome. So finally, let's talk about the Purge Anarchy.
This is the
Yes,
one I want to hear about.
Yeah, this might be. It rivals like the best houses for just the best overall experience in the park. They really killed it this year with the Purge. They did an excellent job. You've got all of New York, so there are like literally blocks of that this scare zone like encompassed. They have awesome set design. If anybody's seen the movies, there's wreaths on all the doors in New York of blue flowers, which are representative in the movie of those who support the Purge.
Okay.
You have some of the doors barricaded up like they would have during the Purge, so like just all kinds of junk and things just completely covering the doorways to try to block that out. You've got broken down cars, and then you've got some other trucks and things that are just strewn about, and all of them have bumper stickers, I support the Purge, New Founding Fathers of America, it's my right to purge, these kind of bumper stickers and things. So that they went so incredibly detailed, even to the smallest things there. The big centerpiece of the scare zone was a bus, the New Founding Fathers Middle School, that had a stage on top of it. And from this stage, they would do auctions for basically poor people that they had captured. And the rich people would auction them off for safe purging, which they are brought into an arena. In the movies, they're brought into an arena where the rich people have weapons and they do not. So it's the rich folks' way to purge without any danger of being killed themselves.
Nice.
Yeah. So and they kind of incorporated a little show into this that you could actually follow around from one side to the other. Over by the Blues Brothers stage, they what they do is the truck, like a white milk truck, would pull up, with 2 dirt bikes kind of escorting it on either side. And this was all real. It's all really moving and everything like that. The truck would stop, the back would open, and a few scare actors would come out with chainsaws and that kind of thing. They actually, a really cool thing was they used the chainsaw scare actors to clear an area for the show by just revving their chainsaws and just drawing a line basically with them.
Awesome.
Like, yep, you're staying behind here, behind this area. And what they do is they'd pop out and they'd say, okay, we're looking for 3. There's one. And they actually had people that were just dressed up like normal people at the park that were actors themselves. And they were pulling them out of the crowd, like kicking and screaming, and shoving them into the truck. So they did like the first 2 were girls, and then they're like, we need somebody a little bit, a little stronger. We've got different customers with different expectations. So then they go out and pull out a guy out of the crowd too. So they take all 3 of them and get them in the truck, close the truck, and then they drive it basically around the corner to where the bus is, and that's where they have the auction.
Awesome.
So this kept going for quite a while. I don't know if it was all night, but a big portion of the evening, they had that going on. So you could actually follow the milk truck all the way around and go back to the other side and watch the auction portion of it, which was really cool. It's something that I haven't seen them do a lot of there, which was very effective.
It's quite interesting, isn't it, that the official reason that was given for the sacrifice not being performed in the Bayou of Blood anymore, yet this is still going on and sounds like an even bigger spectacle than that was. Yeah, that is very interesting. So that's why I kind of go, I don't know, about the story they put out about Bayou. That's what gives me a little doubt, and it's pretty extreme. And there were at least a few people in there, mainly the younger people, that thought, hey, they were actually pulling people out of the crowd for this. I think I saw a couple volunteering for it as well. So that's pretty cool.
Imagine if somebody was dressed the same as one of the Stooges.
Oh gosh.
I think it would be awesome if I got dragged out of the crowd because they thought I was the Stooge and I wasn't. I would play it up. I would really ham it up. I would love to be part of something like that. I'm surprised. It would be quite cool if you could do like a sign up at the front gate for so many people a night to actually be part of it.
Yeah, that would be cool. But the thing is I think people would be goofing around and smiling and that kind of thing when they were doing the auction.
Yeah.
And these actors looked terrified up there, like literally they were being sold off. So I think that was the part where that would discourage that kind of thing. They also have, talking more about details, they have big screen TVs in the shop windows, like over by the Macy's store and that kind of thing. Well, they had stickers on the windows to make them all look shattered, which was really cool.
Cool.
And then they had big screens on the back playing the emergency broadcast warning for the purge.
Yeah.
That, and then they also had video of the purge happening in different places around the United States, like live feeds. So they were showing what was going on in the different areas, and that really added to the atmosphere as well. And something that I'd never seen before, they actually had a barker with a microphone, and he was walking around. He was very clean cut, just holding the mask. He wasn't even wearing his mask. And what he was doing was he was pointing people out, like in the crowd. Like he'd walk behind somebody and be like, "Oh, jean shorts, blue shirt. Oh, you don't want to talk to me? That's fine. I'm sure some of my friends will want to talk to you."
I think we actually heard a little bit of that of Gregory's live report from the Purge on the last Dead Man's Digest.
Yeah. So he would actually, single people out for that kind of thing.
Cool.
He was also there, I think, kind of to get the people that wanted pictures and that kind of thing over towards him, so that the scare actors could still go and scare, that kind of thing. So, our friend Jessie was in that scare zone as well, doing a very good job.
Oh, I've seen a few videos of Jessie kicking around. She's lapping it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that area is just so great because, like they've had it in other years, these people are just dressed normal. They're wearing masks, but if they've got their back turned to you, you have no idea who's a scare actor and who's not. So when you've got a huge crowd of people going through, like they can just stand right next to you and you have no idea till they turn around with a chainsaw or whatever they've got. which really helps them like get in the middle of a crowd and then just like rev that chainsaw and have everybody scatter. It's really neat.
It's good. I love how they're incorporating the Stooges, because they did it a little bit last year with the Walking Dead scare zones, didn't they? Where they had people in the crowd dressed as parkours, and they'd like get dragged off stage, as it were, into like a side alley, and then come out as a zombie. Yeah. And I love stuff. I think that's brilliant.
It is. It really gives you a sense of like, oh gosh, stuff's actually going on here.
Yeah.
You know, even though you're like, oh, I know this is a show, this is all for play, but they're pulling real people out now. What's going on here? So, all in all, it's probably one of the. I'm not even going to say that it is the best scare zone I've ever seen at Universal. Just
awesome.
The entire atmosphere all around it, the music playing, they've got gunshots, you know, like the speakers are very effective, you know, with explosions and gunshots and that kind of thing happening, along with some of the sounds from the Purge and the siren, the warning that the Purge is now in effect.
Yeah, that siren's awesome.
Oh, I need to do that.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I think that scare zone is worth the price of admission by itself.
Really?
Wow.
That's a big
Yeah.
That's a bold statement, Mr. Schmidt.
It is, but you could hang out there all night and have a blast.
Right.
It is that good.
Good.
Cool stuff.
I'm so you're glad that scare zones are back.
Yes, definitely.
Good.
Awesome.
Yep.
So, overall, weighed it all up. Compared to previous year's events, how strong do you feel that this year is?
I think it's a really strong year for sure. With it, but it is riding on a few different things. You know, that like the Walking Dead house, Halloween, the Purge scare zone. Like these are the really strong things that are so strong that they're kind of carrying some of the weaker areas.
Right.
Like Masquerade and that kind of thing. Masquerade and some of the smaller houses, Dracula Untold, that kind of thing. It's really it kind of averages it out. It's not. I wouldn't say it's the best year. It still doesn't top Carnival of Carnage for me for the best year. There's a lot of empty space over by Men in Black and that kind of in that area where there's just nothing going on.
Have they ever really used that area, Darren?
I guess not really, but I mean they have had scare zones in the area in the past, not in the recent past, but it seems like they filled up more before because they'd have 8 houses, 7 scare zones. Those seven scare zones have been brought down to 4 scare zones.
7, really?
Yeah. Like Carnival of Carnage had 7 scare zones.
I think the whole bloody park should be part of it, and you talk to a lot of people that it's got that busy and that popular that they should be expanding it out.
Yeah. I mean, there should be more. This year, it definitely felt like half the park was empty. Is what I'm getting at. They've got areas where they would have stuff before, like the Jaws area and that kind of thing. Amity is completely void. I mean, that's gone. That's Diagon Alley now.
Yeah.
The fences are closed at night, and that's it. And then you've got Men in Black right next to it. Nothing there.
And then you've got Bill and Ted sort of squished in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing. They've got some entrances and exits for the houses there, but when you come out, there's nothing.
Yeah, it seems a bit weird that you've pushed Bill and Ted right in the back, but nothing literally round it.
Yeah, and the everything else is crammed up towards the front area of the park. So the only reason to go back there is to go into those few houses that are there. I think they could also do some more stuff around the kid zone area because the kids aren't there. So
yeah,
I've always wanted an insane psychopathic Barney roaming around in the back there, that kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a really strong year. It's just I'd like to see them use more of the space they have available for that kind of thing. Not feel so safe.
With the 25th anniversary coming next year, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do to raise the bar, because they have to.
Yeah, definitely.
You would think so.
I think we need to have a discussion. We need to have a Dead Man's Digest. What would we like to see for next year?
That sounds good.
The perfect scare.
Each perfect 25th anniversary year. Hey, listen, Hunter, I know you've never been, but you can do that as well.
They should have 25
25 houses.
and
Wow.
Scarezones.
Is it even there?
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that the figure isn't 13.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But then depending on with the construction, the rumours that are going round, you don't know what construction's going to be going on in that park next year.
That's very true.
This October, 3 new attractions come to Yorkshire from PUP events. At Woolly Edge, 25th of October to the 2nd of November, The Pit. When you're hooded and alone, don't lose the rope. And The Barn, where family is all that matters. And in Sheffield, 27th to the 30th of October, EVAC. Sometimes you can dig too deep. All events run 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. Just £6 each or £14 with the special Triple Terror ticket. For more information and booking, visit www.pupevents.co.uk. And don't be late.
Right then, before we wrap the show up, we're going to head over to our good friend Andy for his review of the event.
Hello, Lee, Tracy, Darren, Hunter, the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast team. It's your old pal Andy, and I am calling you live from Universal Studios Florida and Halloween Horror Nights 24. This is my third night and my final night at the event before I have to leave and head back to the other side of the country. But the park is very, very busy, and I had a moment, so I thought, you know what the heck? I'm going to go ahead and record them a little review, my thoughts of the event. Well, it'll be very interesting to see how they gel with what Darren posted. I haven't had a chance to listen to that. Hopefully we're on the same page. But you know what? Maybe you'll use this review. Maybe you won't. Maybe you'll just delete it. No one will ever hear this. That's up to you. It's your show. You can do whatever you want. But I'm going to do it anyway, and then I leave it in your very capable hands. So Halloween Horror Nights 24. Great year, great event, fantastic, very, very strong. And let's be honest, let's put this out there. Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal Orlando, much like pizza and sex, even when it's bad, it's still really good. So that's not to be surprised, but I will say that this is probably even a stronger year than maybe the last couple years. So great stuff overall. The houses are all fantastic. And the other thing, usually every year there's a house that you're like, you know what, you could probably skip that one. If you don't see it, it's no big deal. Like last year it was Havoc, Derailed, I think it was called, and all the bald people yelling at you. And that was one where you're like, you know what, if you miss it, no big deal. This year, of course, some houses are stronger than others, but there's not a single one that I would say to skip entirely. I think they all have really good things that are worth checking out, worth seeing. So I'm going to go ahead and give you my ranking of the houses from my favorite to my least favorite. Of course, this is subjective, but that all reviews are. Number 1, best house of Halloween Horror Nights 24. Drum roll. John Carpenter's Halloween. Should surprise no one who's ever met me. This house, Mike Aiello and his team just absolutely nailed it. You can tell they love this film as much as I do, as much as the fans do. And so they lovingly and intricately recreated moments from the film throughout, all these iconic moments. And it's just beautiful. It's like you're walking through the movie. They nailed Michael Myers' mask, which is so important. And he is everywhere and he is scary. It's awesome. There's a cute little nod to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Great. A lot of complaints that it's not in a soundstage. Doesn't matter. It's that good. So that's the one I've gone through the most. It's the one that I'm going to finish tonight with because I feel like it's appropriate. The John Carpenter Halloween house, A+. Absolutely fantastic. And word has gotten out how good it is because you see when the gates open, all the guests rush to the back of the park by Men in Black where this house's entrance is because they've all heard, oh, you've got to do Halloween, which makes me very, very happy. So number 1, Halloween. Number 2, Aliens versus Predator. Now, when this was announced, I wasn't super on board because I'm like, Alien, Predator, okay, I like those movies, but I don't think they're scary movies. Doesn't matter. The maze or the house, I would say, isn't scary either, but it doesn't matter because the theming and the sets and the puppets that they created for the aliens and the Predator costumes are awesome. So if you've ever loved the Alien movies, specifically James Cameron's Aliens, you could tell that Aiello really just wanted to do Aliens. And then they just shoved in Predators where they could, because it is an Aliens maze. And I mean that in a good way. You've got all the Marines in there. You've got moments that are ripped right from that Aliens film. So not super scary, but still super awesome. It is like having an attraction. It's great in the soundstage. Aliens vs. Predator, awesome. That one is an A. Number 3, I'm going to go with The Walking Dead. I don't even know what the subtitle is, like Escape to Terminus or something. I don't know. Whatever The Walking Dead one is this year, that would be my number 3. Really, really enjoyed it. And the fact that they made it a super mega maze or whatever they're calling it really helped out a lot, because it is huge. It is long. I even hear guests going, "Oh, it's so long," as if that's a bad thing. No, it's awesome because you just keep going. And not only is it a long maze, but they just pack it with walkers everywhere. The cast is huge, and so it is just nonstop through this maze. If this is the last year for The Walking Dead, which frankly I think it should be, if it is, this is a great way to go out with this maze. Well done. Walking Dead No Escape or Escape to Terminus or Walking Dead Maze number 3, whatever you want to call it. That one I will give an A-. It's fantastic, and only the minus because we've seen Walking Dead 3 years in a row, and so a lot of it does feel the same. Anyway, still, really, really well done. Number 4 for me is one of the originals, A Dollhouse of the Damned. This maze is just weird. Again, not super scary, but so bizarre, so insane. You walk through and you're like, what the hell am I looking at? There's like these giant babies and cribs and just weird stuff around every corner in the best possible way. And that's why I like it, is it really gives the Universal Creative Team a chance to just let their imaginations go crazy and just make up some really twisted stuff, and that's what Dollhouse of the Damned is. Really, really enjoyed that. It's just so weird you have to see it, but really, really good. A huge plus for the Universal Originals. That one I'm going to give a B+. Number 5. Excuse me. Oh, see, now we get right in the middle here. Number 5. I'm going to go with From Dusk Till Dawn. From Dusk Till Dawn, I don't have a lot of affection for the film. I've never watched the TV show, but the maze is good. It's fine. The sets are good. The scares are decent. I enjoyed it. I'm sure if you watch the show, you'll enjoy it more. But it's well done. It is a more adult house, skewing more towards the grown-up Horror Nights fans. So just a little word of warning there. But it's gory. It's fun. There's some nice work in there and some nice scares. So it was good. I'm going to go ahead and give that one a B. Moving down to number 6. Number 6, I am going to give Roanoke, Cannibal Colony. Now, this is where I might disagree with some people. Some people saying that one's the worst of the year. I don't really agree with that. Yes, we walk through and everybody's going, meat. That gets old. Gets old quick. However, the theming and the set work in there is so good that I kind of forgive the other things. So I think it's really well designed. I really like the theming. Again, really cool to get something original and unique. And for that, I really enjoyed it. And they have a good finale room in that one too. So for me, Roanoke, I will give it a C+. Yeah, C+. And then to the last two, number 7, I am going to do Dracula, Dracula Untold, Reign of Blood, I think it's called. Again, this is one, it's a soundstage house, so it's beautiful. The sets are great, and half of the maze is great because you go through Dracula's castle and you go through like a witch's cottage, and that stuff is really good. But then the other half of the maze is just like these medieval soldiers kind of jumping out at you, and all. It's not scary at all. It's like you're walking through like a Game of Thrones or Snow White and the Huntsman or something. So that's why it didn't quite work for me. There were moments that were really, really good, like the castle, and then there were moments that I was like a soldier coming out with a sword and he's like, go! It's not scary to me at all. So Dracula Untold, great sets, not a great house. I'm going to give that one a C. And then finally, last for me is Giggles and Gore, the Scary Clown House. It's okay, but they took two ideas, scary clowns and a factory, tried to mash them together. For me, it doesn't really quite work. So it's not super scary. The theming and the sets not particularly impressive. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not great, but it is probably the most forgettable one. So for me, that one would be dead last. So Giggles and Gore, I would also give it a C, maybe a C minus. Scarezones are really good. Masquerade is very, very pretty. It's not scary at all. Bless them, they try to be scary, but come on, you're dressed in like pretty sparkly outfits with little masks, and you're carrying candelabras, and it's fine. It's cute. The Face Off Scare Zone I love is amazing. I don't watch Face Off the show, but the Scare Zone, great, because it is set up to take photos, and that's awesome, because you know what, you're in a theme park, we want to take photos of the monsters, so thank you for letting us. Thank you. The Face Off Scare Zone, awesome, beautiful, characters are great, I love it. I love that you can take photos. You should be able to do that in all the Scare Zones, because like Masquerade, I tried to take a photo and the lady like covered her face like a bat, and I was like, come on, get over it, like, you're in a theme park, let's be real. So Face Off, really, really cool. Voodoo, also very, very cool. That Central Park area is awesome for a Scare Zone, and I think the Voodoo one is great and unique, something new there. And then the Purge Anarchy, which takes over, I think, the biggest spot for the Scare Zone. I liked that. It's very loud and very intense and very anarchy, right? So yeah, it works well in a theme park environment. So there you go. Overall, a really, really strong year. If I had complaints, it would be the constant issue where when you're walking through the houses, you've always got the ops people like yelling at you to keep moving, which gets really old and takes you out of the experience. And I get you got to move people through, but at the same time, like, just relax, everybody paid a lot of money here. Let them walk through the house and enjoy it instead of just keep moving, stay in front of everybody, gotta keep moving, let's go. And I was like, come on. So I didn't like that. I still miss the icons. I'm hoping eventually we're gonna get to see a central icon again. So I do miss that, but overall still absolutely fantastic. Definitely worth the trip out to Florida that I made to visit this event. Loved it. Great stuff. So hopefully those of your team who got to come do it enjoyed it as well. I am going to enjoy my last couple hours here. I'm going to go do Halloween again. So that is it for this time, and that is it for Halloween Horror Nights 24 for me. Anyway, most other people have still 3 weeks left, or 3.5 weeks, but sadly it's done for me. But it's been really, really fun. And then next year, we will all be doing it together, or we should. Hopefully, you guys will be here. It'll be fantastic. So anyway, thank you guys for listening to me ramble about Halloween. It's been super fun. We will talk to you very soon. And in the meantime, have a very happy Halloween.
And that'll bring us to the end of another Dead Man's Digest. And don't forget, if you've been or are heading to Halloween Horror Nights, then email us your top 3 houses in order. And at the end of the event, we'll put together our listener top 3.
And that email address is podcast@uurlpodcast.com.
And we'll be back for at least one more Dead Man's Digest before the end of the event. But for this show, for Darren, Hunter, and Lee, I'm Tracy, and this has been the Dead Man's Digest.